Okay, I'm Josh from You Sell Comics. Marvel news of the week. YouSellComics.com, your new multi-vendor marketplace. You Sell Comics offers a site exclusively for buying and selling of all things comics. Slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Sell for as low as 5% commission or zero commission monthly tiers. Run your own auctions, unlimited bin listings. YouSellComics.com. Buy, collect, sell. Okay,
Sweet.
what's the M stand for? Your last name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Matumbo.
Josh Matumbo. That was just so random, Matumbo. Okay. Okay. Marvel's Wolverine is becoming the Dark Phoenix.
Okay.
Marvel's turning Wolverine into a Dark Phoenix, and it's a gruesome sight. Last week, Marvel Comics released the first issue of its Jean Grey series, a part of the Fall of X, or 10. The comic continues Jean's story after her brutal death during Orchis' attack on the Hellfire Gala, with Jean's mind running through her history and examining alternate paths her life could have taken. In the first issue, Jean considered the moment she and the other time-displaced original X-Men returned to their proper era, and what might have happened if she hadn't erased their memories of the future, leading to Jean becoming a Magneto-like figure. So in Jean Grey #2, writer Louise Simonson and artist Bernard Chang, Jean considers what may be the darkest time of her life, the moment the Phoenix replaced her and later turned her into Dark Phoenix. Based on the Marvel preview, it seems like Wolverine will play the host of Phoenix instead. So we have a shot here of the transformation.
That looks pretty cute.
So that came out last week in local stores. So the variant
sick.
cover. And here's, that might be the best one.
Oh, that one's Dizzope.
It's got spikes coming out of him too.
That is very
Rated
cute.
T plus for teen. So that's in
Ooh.
stores. With a what if.
Means I can read it.
Marvel. My cat.
This is kind of interesting.
Hold on. My cat. Sadie. Just walking over comic book boxes. Just having fun.
Just important shit I haven't touched yet.
The Marvel. Oh, now she's staring at a bird outside the window. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, an official timeline trailer, promises to finally make sense of the franchise. Okay, 1 minute. I dealt with that. Okay. We've known for some time that the Marvel Studios will soon release the Marvel Cinematic Universe, an official timeline. And now we have a trailer for the upcoming book set to release on October 24th. We're hoping this is finally going to make sense of how the MCU fits together. The Infinity Saga was pretty easy to follow, but when it comes to multiverse, fans have only had the order. Newer movies and TV shows are listed on Disney Plus to go play. Oh, okay. So I guess they're assuming because of the order of because they have on Disney Plus. I don't know if you've seen it, but they have each phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and then they have So I guess people have been going by that, but this might change that. So much has happened in our films and series. Kevin Feige says in the video that's why it's so exciting to have the Marvel Cinematic Universe and official timeline. There's a lot of story in the MCU. It's very complex, very interconnected. We covered so many storylines, so many characters, so many different worlds. This book has everything. I saw James Gunn say that he didn't know that Volume 3 was set closer to 2030. He thought it was present time, but I guess in the timeline they've set it closer to 2030. That
Because of the thing, right?
I guess, I don't know. I guess we'll see when the book comes out October 24th.
Wow.
Everyone get ready to be mad.
Yeah.
She-Hulk Season 2 is rumored to be in development. She-Hulk Attorney at Law rumored to be in development. So far, the only live-action MCU series to get a second season, besides What If, has been Loki, but that might be set to change fairly soon. According to My Time to Shine, She-Hulk Attorney at Law Season 2 is planned and will resume development as soon as the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes come to an end. She-Hulk received overall positive reviews and was reportedly one of the streamer's more popular Marvel shows with general audiences. It's fair to say that it wasn't every MC fan's cup of tea, though some were fully on board with the show's brand of humor. Others found it way too silly. Many felt the season finale, in particular, left a lot to be desired. Even head writer Jessica Gao admitted that the team struggled to come up with an appropriate ending during a 2022 interview. Quote, "We really, really struggled with the finale. We started off doing a lot of versions of the finale that were much more just like straight and very, very Marvel. It just never felt right for us to just end in a big set piece fight and take out the bad guy. It just always felt like, oh, it's a different show now." Yeah, so I'm on board for season 2. I enjoyed season 1. But it'll be like 4 or 5 years before we get this.
Yeah.
Like, the strike has no end in sight right now.
I mean, they said that they wanted to, the rumor is that they're going to try to wrap it up by the fall. Because...
Wrap what up by the fall?
The strike.
Okay.
Like the studios said, because they didn't want to go any longer than past the fall. So we'll see. Yeah. But even if they do or don't, I would say that we easily have a 1 year delay
backlog
of right now. Yeah. And then as obviously months go by, it's going to be another year.
Yeah.
Easy. So it's like 2 years instantly. Yeah, Raj, just like that.
Yeah.
But
you also don't cast Tatiana Maslany for a one-off show, right? Like 8 episodes and she's done and she's no longer, you never see her again.
I would assume because they made the quip about her being in movies that she's going to be in. They're going to put her in something. Like she'll. Well,
I think she'll definitely be in Secret Wars, given that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so if only we had $50 million at the time, we could have purchased the entire MCU. This story came out last week. Sony Pictures acquired the cinematic rights to Spider-Man when Marvel was facing bankruptcy, but the studio actually turned down the chance to nab almost all but the X-Men Fantastic Four. With Marvel Entertainment facing bankruptcy in the late 90s, the decision was made to sell the rights to many of its popular superheroes. Among them were Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and X-Men. It was a decision that would come back to haunt the company and force them to rely on characters like Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man to launch the MCU. Luckily, that paid off. Does that coming back to haunt them that they had to take, other A characters? Well, I guess Iron Man wasn't so A, but like Captain America and Thor were A characters to launch. Luckily, that paid off for the Marvel Studios. They've since regained those two superhero teams thanks to the Disney-Fox merger. As for Spider-Man, he remains on loan from Sony, with the rival studio able to make pretty much anything they want with the characters from the Wall-Colors world, Morbius, and the upcoming Kraven the Hunter, for example. However, in the Wall Street Journal's podcast, The Journal, Yar Landau, a former junior business executive of Sony, reveals that the studio scoffed at the chance to not only acquire Spider-Man, but every hero aside from those already owned by Fox. Marvel had just emerged out of bankruptcy. They had no cash, and they knew we had a sliver of the rights. And they also knew, obviously, that we were very interested in making Marvel movies. So they came to me. We negotiated a deal for 25 Marvel movies for $25 million. Every single character that they controlled was on the table as part of that deal. The collective team decided that they didn't care about the other Marvel properties, that they didn't want to invest in them. I was told nobody gives a shit about anybody but Spider-Man. I thought they were idiots, That's what I thought. My marching orders were to go back and get Spider-Man. Sony ended up paying $10 million for Spider-Man, but could have had the Avengers on hand for extra $15 million. Had that happen, there's a very good chance superhero movies wouldn't be the dominant force they are today. Given the track record of Sony now, they can't make a good superhero movie without Marvel being putting it out and being, executive producing it, like the Spider-Man movies. So I think we kind of all dodged a bullet there. Sony might have. It might have even gotten worse for Sony if they put all this money in, and then would we have even got more Spider-Man movies if they had dumped money into Thor and Captain America, and then those movies failed? Would they even continued on with that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it, but
yeah. So good for us. It's too bad we didn't have the 50 million at the time. Could have done something with it.
You can buy a house in Toronto for that. You can buy 2 mansions in Texas for that.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.